think that was Earth. Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill, and today we're watching Planet of the Apes from 1968. So, Bill, what did you think of Planet of the Apes?
I think I hate every ape I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
No, you'll never make a monkey out of me.
Nice. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. In fact, I feel like I must have seen it in its entirety, but it's been so long that's like moments of the movie I remember, and then like other parts of it I'm like, oh yeah. Some lines that from this movie that I'm like, I wonder if these lines came from this movie or they're from other things, but I don't know. Planet of the Apes is pretty cool.
It's a very famous movie, often quoted, imitated, parodied.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first instance of any plot from this movie I got besides the Statue of Liberty came from that Simpsons song.
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas.
Yes. Which, there's not a lot of singing in this movie. In fact, there's no singing in this movie. It's not like the musical version.
Good.
I was waiting for that part where it's just like, get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape. He could talk.
I can sing.
I guess, where do you want to go about talking about this?
It's Planet of the Apes. It's a pretty famous movie. If you haven't seen it, you probably know the basic plot of it. Human, played by Charlton Heston, named Taylor. He's an astronaut, finds himself on a mysterious, uncharted planet that, in a twist ending, is revealed to be Earth. But it's ruled by apes.
Yeah. It's very hilarious, too, because they went on their deep space mission, I guess, in the 70s, which I was like, okay, I guess they thought they would have that technology by then. Cool. He's smoking on the, spaceship, which is, hilarious. Just, oxygen-enriched environment. Yeah, I guess smoke him if you got him.
Yo, man, back in those days, they didn't care.
It's just kind of hilarious just seeing this astronaut smoking talking into a recorder with his mission log saying because of the time dilation, when they arrive back to Earth, it's going to be 600 years in the future, maybe even a little further than that.
He sneaks a peek at it, and it's year 3000 something, so
yeah.
A lot of time has gone by.
I think it's 39 something, so
yeah,
it's almost 2,000 years later.
I mean, I forgot. I remembered cryo sleep, long distance. I was like, oh, wow, they actually went for full-on time dilation. That's kind of an unusual thing for a movie this old.
Yeah, because you think did they know about stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, of course they did, because Einstein came up with it and all that stuff.
But it never really worked its way into movies.
Yeah. It was kind of a more realistic approach to space travel, I guess, in a weird way.
Yeah, it's we've been doing this for X amount of time, but all this time has already gone by.
Yeah. Planet of the Apes was Interstellar before Interstellar.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Taylor's part of a group of 4 astronauts, though one of them we never actually really see beyond. I don't even know if that was a real person the initial time we see her, but then we see her as a mummified corpse, basically.
Yeah, Stuart.
I guess her entire purpose on the mission was, yeah, I guess I'm going to have sex with all of you. What the hell, 60s?
Was it, or was that just
They say it!
Oh, man, that's weird.
It's yeah, she was going to be like our Eve. I'm like, what? Wouldn't you bring, more than one? Yeah. Why was there only one? What kind of mission is this?
Yeah, this is a weird mission. I don't know.
You send someone so far away to the point where so much time will have gone by that it's why'd you even do it?
Yeah, I guess it was to see if we can.
I guess so. And Charlton Heston's character's got such a flippant, morbid attitude about it. The one guy, he plants the little American flag. He starts laughing like a madman because he's just motherfucker, America don't exist anymore. Nothing you know exists anymore. It's been thousands of years, you stupid idiot.
Yeah, the caliber of like these astronauts is just kind of weird. Besides for like the one that actually is a scientist, but yeah, he's kind of a dick. Like I wasn't expecting him to be that much of a dick at the beginning of the movie. You know, kind of like a nihilist and nothing matters, sort of.
I mean, I guess that's the only kind of person you can get to go on a mission like that.
Yeah, I guess, because he's like, well, doesn't matter, but maybe this might matter a little bit. He even says, like, you know, he wants to find something better than humans in one scene, so who knows what he's actually about, but they get to the planet. At first, they're like, okay, it's an alien world. They're kind of like in a weird desert environment at first to kind of like play up the whole, like, what's going on. And then they finally find some civilization, find people, but the people can't talk.
They're very primitive. It takes a while, too. It's
Yeah.
like over 20 minutes into the movie before, like, the apes actually show up. We see, like, little people kind of, like, crawling above them and stuff,
Yeah.
kind of, like, eerily. And then they come across those scarecrows. And then they're like, oh, fuck that. There's water. Let's get some water. And I can understand. They've been in the desert for a couple days, so they're like really thirsty. But like, that doesn't strike you as ominous. You've just discovered intelligent life that might be dangerous. And spoiler alert, they are dangerous.
It is so strange that they see the water, immediately get super nude, jump into it, start screaming and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, there was stuff like. There's
Like-
intelligent life, guys. Like,
I understand you're thirsty, but don't you want to like test the water to make sure it's okay first?
Yeah.
What if there's like weird like microbes that will like kill you?
Kandiru.
That
That's the fish that swims up your
Oh, yeah.
urethra.
figure that's what you were referencing. Yeah, you don't want that.
No, you definitely do not. That's why I'm like always like, I don't know if I want to go swimming in stuff that's not a pool.
Yeah.
You know, the more chlorine, the better. Just don't need to worry. But yeah, they immediately go skinny dipping, and then all of a sudden their clothes get stolen, and then the apes show up.
Yep. The one guy gets shot and killed. The other guy gets captured. Taylor gets shot in the neck and gets
Yeah.
captured, and he can't talk for a while. And he's just like screaming in silence.
Yeah, it's very weird because they kind of like hint at some things in the ape society, like early on, how they kind of had like a weird like caste system where the one ape says like, you know, they're actually letting chimpanzees actually have like scientific positions now and stuff. So it's just like, okay, so I guess like the apes are separated by like, you know, what species of ape you are.
Yeah, there's definitely some ape segregation going on.
Yeah.
Because the orangutans are all hanging out over here. The gorillas are all over here. The chimps are all over here.
Yeah. It's like, I guess like the chimps were like considered lesser apes or something. It's kind of like a, you know, line that's thrown out there. But it's also strange that like, you know, the apes kind of, you know, see the humans as animals. They kind of are like, I guess like the humans are like the one ape that can't talk or like communicate now.
Yeah, Zero kind of mentions like that she can't figure out any explanation for why humans are mute.
Yeah.
And we're not really given any indication. Maybe it's radiation. I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing, and I guess we'll get into it when I start talking about the Forbidden Zone and exactly what possibly could have happened to the world. But, you know, they're more or less like putting the humans in like the zoo. You know, even like the humans like have like that chimpanzee behavior you see, like where they hold out their hand to get the sugar cube and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just like, oh snap, like they're just like totally wild now. But I guess the whole time Taylor thinks he's on an alien planet, though.
Yes, he very much thinks he's somewhere far beyond his comprehension, in another part of the galaxy. He couldn't for the life of him think that they somehow got turned around, made a cosmic U-turn, and ended up back on Earth.
Yeah. And I think they even say, like, oh, we must be, like, by, like, this star on, like, the Orion constellation or something.
And unfortunately, because they crash landed in water, they have no way of checking their instruments and figure out, which probably would have told them that they were back on Earth.
Yeah. But I guess if they didn't crash land in water, they probably would have just died. So,
I don't know.
who knows? But, yeah, it's a very interesting setup. You know, we get introduced to the main apes, Zari and Cornelius and
Zira and
Zira.
Cornelius.
And, of course, the best character of all, Dr. Zayas.
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas.
It's got that great song. which doesn't happen in this movie. But damn it, I just heard it in my mind when he showed up.
I was introduced to that character because of that song, so much so, and it kind of warped my perspective of like what this character was.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, he's the bad guy.
Yeah. It's
Huh.
like, wait a minute, Dr. Zayas sucks. Why do they sing about him in such high praise?
It's supposed to be ironic.
Yeah.
He is the head of sciences and protector of the faith. Those things don't clash at all.
Yeah, it's weird because we don't get too much glimpses of like the actual ape society besides for like, I guess it's some sort of like theocracy.
There's definitely an element of that. We see a ape funeral briefly.
Yeah.
We see an ape court, just apes just kind of moseying about.
Yeah. I mean, they talk about like their sacred scrolls and,
Yeah.
Stuff that I guess in their scrolls they talk about humans
No, I
a
guess
little bit.
I guess like unlike other religions, those things are on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah, it's like Scientology. It's like only the people at the top know the truth.
Yeah, so only Dr. Zayas knows the truth.
Yeah.
He's the one who's like, he knows that humans were once smart and they were dangerous and they cannot be trusted and they blew up the earth or something.
Yeah.
And the idea of a talking human makes him go, oh no, they're out there. I knew this would happen.
You know what happens when humans start talking, right? Nuclear bombs.
Like he just believes in the danger of such a group. He doesn't buy the fact that Taylor came in a spaceship. He just thinks he came from somewhere beyond the Forbidden Zone.
Yeah. Like he thinks there's more humans like Taylor beyond the Forbidden Zone.
Can I give you a spoiler from the future?
Sure.
He's right.
Oh, snap. Are they the ones that worship the nuclear bomb?
Yes.
Because I've never seen that one, but I've heard about it.
That's the second one.
Oh, man.
So he was right. He was right to be afraid.
Our nuclear god.
And I don't want to tell it to you, but I'll just say, if you know how the second Planet of the Apes movie ends, shit, Dr. Zayas was right. He was right about everything.
Sis.
But he's still a jerk.
He is a jerk.
He lobotomized the other guy.
Yeah.
The other guy that's got captured. I guess he heard him talk once. It was like, cut his brain out. Cut it now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe, I don't know if he tried to get information out of him, found him uncooperative, had his brain cut out, or if he just heard him talk and just did it immediately. It was just like, okay. And there's like, oh crap, another one.
Yeah.
No wonder he's so paranoid, because there was one and now there was another one.
It's very interesting too because the apes of course speak English. They also write in our alphabet, I guess. Very convenient.
It's a movie.
I know it's a movie. It's funny though.
Well, I think if the sequels make any sense in terms of leading up to the original, it's because they didn't invent it themselves.
Yeah, they found it. And
Sort of.
I guess they'll
Or learned it
yeah,
and just kept it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll say, for such an old movie, like the costumes are really good still.
Oh yeah.
Like
Generally pretty solid.
it's a little funny when the two apes like kiss each other a few times, but like
those they couldn't feel shit. It's just like, did we do it?
yeah,
Nah, try again. You missed. Ah,
just,
son of a
just
bitch.
touch your masks together. But they're pretty good suits, and they're iconic suits. Like the Planet of the Apes. Apes have that unique look, at least from like the older movies. Now they just look like straight up like monkey people.
Yeah, they're just apes.
Yeah.
They're just apes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the new ones, they're just apes.
Yeah.
I mean, the Burton remake, say what you will about it, good makeup.
Yeah, I've never really seen it.
I watched it maybe once or twice. I forget.
I know like the infamous like stuff from it though.
Yeah, the weird ending,
Yeah.
which is technically based on the book, because Planet of the Apes is based on a book, loosely. Most of what we know is original to the movie, but the basic premise. But in the book, he is on a different planet
Oh.
that just happens to be ruled by apes, subjugating humans, and then he goes back to Earth, and oh no, apes took over somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie definitely did better then.
I mean, that shot at the end, jumping to that, of the Statue of Liberty destroyed and buried in the sand, is one of the most famous shots in film history.
Yeah.
It is iconic. It is legendary. It is devastating.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole thing too is like he knows, like it's just like, oh, the apes didn't do this, people did.
Because there's like these the apes don't have the technology to have done that.
Yeah, they're like, I guess like 1600s level of technology.
Because they got horses, they got basic guns, but they're also doing like brain surgery. It's weird.
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place, but I guess it's a little bit different.
They got Flintstones buildings.
Yeah, it's weird though, because like before the apes, there were the humans. The humans were like a more advanced civilization, so, you know, but like that has happened in human history too, where like, you know, there was like the fall of Rome and then the Dark Ages. There was like this really advanced civilization that existed for thousands of years and then just disappeared, and nobody knew shit after that. So it's kind of like that period.
At least in that part of the world.
Oh yeah, in that part of the world, yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, but over here everything was a lot better. It's like, huh, what happened here? We used to have indoor plumbing. What happened?
The world was a lot bigger back then, so that world, more or less, that's what happened there, you know. But yeah, it's kind of like that, you know. And you know, they never flat out say it, but like the Forbidden Zone, I guess, is probably was like irradiated at a time where they're like, you know, you can't go there, you'll get sick or something.
Possibly, but they might have also just because that's where there are remnants of human civilization, and they just don't want anything to do with it. They don't want that influence. They fear it.
Yeah, the ruins of the past world.
Because there might be more than just the Statue of Liberty out there. There might be like buildings. Mount Rushmore, I don't know.
Hot rods. It's like, we can't have apes driving cars. Do you imagine how cool that would be? I mean, blasphemous. Yeah.
Hey, George Miller, I got your next movie.
Oh, man. That's where the new Planet of the Apes are gonna like lead up to. I mean, in the new movie, the guy does say, "What a lovely day," just like in Mad Max.
We're so close.
I know.
We're one spiky covered car away.
Just like some crazy hot rod. It's gonna be like shiny and chrome.
What if? Because we're usually somewhere in like probably North America in these Planet of the Apes movies, even the old ones.
Yeah.
What if in Australia that's what's happening?
Oh man.
It's just Mad Max, but with apes.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, there's the ape with the torn leather jacket and everything.
It's Mad Max with apes and boomerangs. But yeah, you know, I don't know how far like the Planet of the Apes movies ever really expand out to like the wider world. Like, is it ever like explained? Like, is it the entire world? Is it just localized to like North America?
Honestly, they really don't, because they travel back in time by the third movie.
Yeah.
And then it's basically prequels after that, essentially. So they never really there's like books and comics and stuff that kind of expand outward that are kind of neat. The only ones I've read have been crossover ones. Like there's Kong on the Planet of the Apes, where they visit another ape civilization. They find the remains in New York. They find Skull Island, and they're like, oh my God, when they see Kong.
Yeah. Kong's like, sup.
They're ready to just like bow to the king, because it's a giant ape.
Yeah, it's a giant monkey. I always wonder too in like Planet of the Apes, like, you know, they never show up, but like our spider monkeys, like intelligent, like the little ones, like they just show up and they're just like talking shit, like.
Nah, I think it's just the apes.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's usually just in the old movies, it's just chimps, gorillas, orangutans.
They don't have like little like spider monkeys coming around. Maybe the new ones, you'll see a little spider monkey show up. He's like smoking a cigar. He's like, "Hey, what's going on here?" Has like an ultra deep voice.
That'd be weird.
It would be weird, but it would be hilarious too.
But it's Planet of the Apes, not Planet of the Monkeys.
That's true. And I guess apes are different than monkeys.
Yeah.
Even though they're kind of related, but different.
But they're further up.
Yeah.
They don't have tails.
That's true. Yeah. Very cool, like weird movie. Like that is like continuing on still.
Yeah,
like,
it's a very philosophical movie.
Yeah.
I like when they go to the archaeological dig and they show like the little human dolls. Like my niece has got dolls like this. Doesn't prove anything. And then the girl Nova squeezes it. It says "Mama," and everyone's like, "Holy crap!"
It's like, why would they make a doll that speaks if humans can't speak?
Man, that's aged, because there's plenty of monkey dolls that talk.
That's true.
But it works for the moment. It works as like, I got you this time, you son of a bitch. Zeus is just trying to prove this. Like, no, you're just trying to like hide everything. Like, no, it's a mutant freak. What did you do? You did that. You turned him. He's mimicking it. Obviously, he's
Did
just
experiments on his brain somehow.
he's just trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
Trying to stop the thing he can't stop. What happens at the end of the second movie? Spoilers.
Man, that's insane. I gotta watch the second movie. I kind of was like feeling that way after the first movie. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta see what happens next now. But yeah, pretty crazy that they just like nuked the world like at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, let's.
Well, I think part of it was Charlton Heston was like, I don't really want to do another one, but I'll do it, but I don't want to really be in much of it. Also, you have to kill me. And I think he even encouraged let's just blow everything up. He wanted to stop this franchise dead in its tracks, but that didn't do it. It kept going. They made a cartoon. They made a TV show. Hell, this was like the first film series to get like toys and stuff.
Wow.
This is the thing that made George Lucas go like, merchandise, eh?
Where the real money from the movie is made.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it was like the test water for it, basically.
Yeah, I guess Star Wars is like 10 years later after this, so.
Almost.
Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, it's a very interesting movie. It's funny too because like, you know, they treat him like an animal. Like they like just like are like, here's a girl. Like they want you to mate with her, and he's just like, what? Like, oh man.
He's like, what? I mean, she's pretty hot, but this is weird. But also, I just will roll with it.
He does take her with him like towards the end of the movie, and I don't know. Does that character come back
Yes.
at all? Okay.
She's in the next one.
Does she talk?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
She says one word in the next movie.
Okay. Interesting.
It's a very dramatic moment.
Oh, I gotta see that other movie then.
I'll say this: the sequels I've only ever seen once, but I remember them.
Yeah.
There's other movies I've seen them once, gone. As kind of schlocky and kind of like lackluster as they get, I still remember the basic premise of all of them. You know,
They're pretty good movies.
and you know they cherry pick some stuff from the later ones to make the new movies with Caesar.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire one of the most epic moments from Rise is when he talks for the first time, and that idea is basically lifted from these movies. Caesar is the first ape that spoke, and he said no.
Then we get to see Caesar beat up Draco Malfoy, and that's pretty cool.
I'll take your word for
yeah.
that. I have no idea what the hell you just said.
It's okay, Bill. Maybe other people do.
Sure, why not?
But yeah, you know, with the newer ones, it is cool how they kind of like flesh out the world a little bit more by like being like, oh, well, the humans don't talk because of like a virus, and
It's a good explanation.
yeah, it's like the virus like in the new one pretty much like killed the humans. It wasn't like nuclear war, like it's implied.
Yeah, I mean,
heavily in the
to be fair,
old one.
that premise has been done to death.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you know, it helps it stand apart from the originals, even though it's paying homage to them. They do kind of set up the possibility that maybe one day, if they wanted to, if they go down further enough, they'll be like, all right, spaceship, here it is. We're just doing it.
Yeah.
Here we are. We finally decided, like, all right, let's just do the first movie again.
Be interesting.
But would they bother to do the Statue of Liberty bit?
Would they smoke on the spaceship still?
No.
Oh man.
PG-13.
That's right.
Actually,
Smoking is only for R-rated movies now.
yeah, not G like this movie.
Oh man.
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Because I had the Blu-ray box set. It's rated G, because that's the time.
There's a lot of monkeys smoking cigars in this movie too. It's kind of hilarious.
It's not a particularly violent movie as well. Like, yeah, people get shot, but you don't really see anything.
Yeah.
That one guy gets turned into a taxidermy dummy. That was creepy.
I guess there's a lot of like implied violence though.
Yeah,
like-
a lot of people get smacked around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole like hunting for the humans and
Yeah,
stuff.
are the ones being dangled upside down? Are those dead ones? I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like their hunting party. Like you see the ones like pose for like a picture.
Yeah.
With like the bodies and stuff at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like, oh man.
Yeah, they sneak a little things like that, like also like on the tribunal or whatever it was, do like the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil thing.
That was pretty funny.
It's like, I see what you're doing there, movie.
Yeah. It's like those monkeys know their place.
They would know what kind of movie this is.
Yeah.
One with themes.
But yeah, it does kind of like end though, like out of like ambiguously, because you know, we know like the two apes that were helping Taylor. It's like, yeah, you're going to jail for heresy and stuff. And Dr. Zez is like, blow up the ruins. And he tells Taylor, you're not gonna like what you find. And of course, we already talked about it.
He finds the Statue of Liberty and it ends on a dramatic downer.
Yeah.
Very Twilight Zone-y. I think I read somewhere that the guy that wrote all the Twilight Zones did like the first draft. I wonder, was that his idea?
Man, it's great. It's a great thing. Like, just like plot point. It's a great ending too.
Yeah, unfortunately, like every VHS, Blu-ray, DVD copy of that movie just plasters it on the cover.
Yeah. It's like, there's no mystery.
I mean, it's also one of the most famous endings in film history.
Yeah.
So it's like it's impossible not to know going in about that ending.
Yeah. It's like, this movie's like 50 years old. Come on, like everybody knows it now.
Oh yeah, I mean at this point everyone knows. It'd be crazy if you could find someone that doesn't know, maybe they haven't even bothered seeing these new movies, and you show them this, and then they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's just ingrained in people's DNA. If you're like a baby, you just like know it before you talk. You know it's Earth on the Planet of the Apes.
I knew well before I saw the movie, long before I saw the movie, long before I saw that Simpsons joke.
Yeah, just knew. Like, it's just been mimicked in so many popular things, and iconic. You blew it all up. Like,
yeah.
You know, I don't know what else to say about the original Planet of the Apes, except it's a classic for a reason.
Yeah. And then they blew it up. They ruined it with sequel after sequel after sequel. You maniacs!
And Disney should do a 4K restoration of it. God damn it.
Have they not?
No.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think they have.
I guess, you know what? Disney doesn't do that shit.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah.
It's a shame that Disney bought Fox, because that library of movies is not getting the attention it deserves.
Yeah, this needs a new high quality transfer, damn it.
I mean, the copy I watched looked pretty good.
I mean, mine looked okay, but I just knew it could be better though.
Did you watch it? Did you stream it or?
I did stream it, yeah.
Well, I watched it on Blu-ray. My Blu-ray looked pretty good, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was one thing I read where it was like it actually doesn't have a 4K version. So I was just like, oh, what the heck? This is a classic movie.
There's a new Planet of the Apes movie out soon.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Do a box set with all of them.
Yeah. Release all the originals, and then you do the new ones over here, and then, I don't know, there's a little bargain bin Tim Burton one.
It's like that one is...
It is the black sheep of the series, because it's like, it stands apart, and it's over there by itself.
I've never seen it. Maybe we'll watch it one day. But anyway, that's Out of Touch podcast for this week. Go watch Planet of the Apes.
You maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you! Damn you all to hell! Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas.
I love you, Dr. Zayas.